Hi, I'm Peanut from 311. Come visit me in the hang.
We took a long time. We built our own recording studio. We leased a building for a year, but then brought in all the gear and learned how to run all the Pro Tools. And we have both like old school 24-track tape machine, analog, and all the computer hard drive recording. And just learning how to run that was a big learning experience. And then we just sort of were writing songs gradually through that whole time. So it really was a more organic experience, whereas on Transistor we recorded like 30 songs in 2 months, and this time we did like 13 songs in a year and a half. So that's like sort of, we just kind of slowed down. We were not part of the, super elite, any sort of musical scene. So, some people say, you guys used to be great when you were playing tiny clubs and no one had heard of you. But it's the same spirit, same music, and we're still making music from the heart. And as long as our approach doesn't change, then people can say what they want, as long as we're doing it for artistic reasons and not just sort of making flavor of the month music. I think we're viewing our tour as like a mission of positivity to offset all the bad news and bad vibes and anger and all the tension that's going on with the millennium. We want to, be something for people that are hopeful, to believe in, and sort of spread a message of positivity. We see it as a mission. There's a certain elitism that goes with punk that we don't really want to be part of. Like, well, if regular people like your music, then we don't like it anymore. And that's just sort of like an elitist hierarchy BS attitude that we don't really want to be part of. So, I think that there's been a lot of fans that have really been down with us for the long haul. I'm sure we've lost a couple along the way, but we're really more interested in talking to like everyday people like we were growing up in Nebraska. Sometimes I feel like in the show Dr. Katz, the son, Ben. Sometimes I'm sitting in my house and I don't know what to do with myself, and I relate with Ben, the loser from Dr. Katz. The best song to do it to, anything that comes on my satellite system, the adult favorites. I mean, it's a horrible sounding station, but it's like got like Perry Como and like the cheesier side of like Frank Sinatra and Nat King Cole and like what's that? The crooner that just passed away a few months ago, Mel Torme. Yeah, stuff like that. That's my vibe.
We were just in the studio on Transistor, just kind of making ourselves happy and playing music like we were listening to. Like we were listening to a lot of dub and everything, and just a little bit more chilled out. And this album, we wanted to play every song live, and we wanted to make sure that people understood that and can feel that when we do play the songs live. Before us, there was lots of groundwork laid for this to be able to happen with the Red Hot Chili Peppers and 24/7 Spies and Fishbone way back in the day, and everybody knows that those guys are the people that really started it. We, in 311, I don't think we'd ever claim to be the true originators of rock rap, or if we did, we've been drinking too much. And so what's going on now, where with everybody actually listening to rock rap with Limp Bizkit and Korn and everything, it's just going to make it easier for us to come out with this album and do the same thing that we've been doing all the time. And people will be refreshed that we're coming across in a positive way, because not to badmouth them in any way, it's just so much better way to live through life, being positive instead of focusing on the negative and breaking tradition, And I'd tell that to Fred Durst up to his face, and I look forward to doing so. We're not running through the daisies, you know, and we're not total hippies, even though I have dreadlocks. We're just more on the positive tip. We're more into having fun. We're definitely into the live show thing. I think we could have existed really well, maybe not in the same musical form, but in philosophy in the 70s, whereas we tour, like I said, on another subject heading, we tour our asses off, and the reason why we took that long of a break before we made this album was so we could go out and tour as long as we could and just really deliver it to people in the way that we wrote the songs. Hit singles aren't important to us. I mean, it'd be nice, and you know, I'd be crazy to say it hasn't elevated us, you know, because it has. But the reason why we toured so much and the fact that we did makes it easy for us to exist without radio or MTV, and that is totally bonus for all you bands out there. Just go out there and tour your asses off, and the kids will follow, and then radio and MTV will happen. Don't let that be number one in your head. Let the kids be number one in your head, and make that connection to people when they're 2 feet away from you, feeling your heat. You know, that's direct connection. My life most resembles a cartoon, whereas anything can happen. A lot of times the shapes don't look normal, the colors are a little off, and the characters are totally absurd. I knew a couple when I was in high school that would sing to each other while they were having sex, and that freaked me out. So I think that is what kind of weaned me off of that. I'd rather just hear breathing, if you're interested.